up, you guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and let's get into what's going down in Beverly Hills. So we got some updates. It seems like Diana Jenkins will not be attending the reunion in person. So this was released on September the 9th by TMZ, and it says Diana Jenkins won't attend RHOBH reunion in person. I have COVID. And it says, despite her social media activity, a source close to Diana says she's been in LA, not Hawaii, for the last few days and flew in for the reunion. RHOBH star Diana Jenkins will be missing from the reunion couches with a highly anticipated episode there, and it is all thanks to a case of COVID. Jenkins has been all over social media the last few days showcasing her trip in Hawaii, but the sources close to us tell us she got COVID and won't be able to attend Friday's taping of the reunion with the rest of the cast. So here's my thing about that. I just feel like it's pretty convenient. Not saying that I would wish that on anybody, because we know that disease or that virus really destroys people's bodies, but it's like, it's convenient that you got this while the reunion was happening. And a lot of people even said they felt like Diana wasn't going to be at the reunion, but I think this just solidifies that she will definitely be a one and done housewife. Like she's not coming back after this. Like, you've been on the internet causing all this commotion just to not show up to the reunion. Like, what do we need you here for now? Like, you're not going to be here. What's the point? Like, what really is the point at this point? But yeah, I hope she gets better if she really has it. And I'm wondering, like, how they're going to Zoom her in, if she's going to have the same energy on Zoom, or is she going to be apologetic? I don't think she is, but I'm just wondering, people act differently when they're not in person with you when they need to be confronted. So let's move on to Miss Lisa Rinna, because we have an update on a recent video I did a few days ago about her possibly losing a gig. So this was an article released by another network or another blog site. So let's get into it. All right, you guys, so I'm reading this article from Reality Blurb, and it's the headline states, Lisa Rinna did not lose out on a Peacock movie role to Garcelle, sources claim. Rumor RHOBH star was fired was created to stir drama. This article was posted September the 12th, 2022, and it says, the Christmas movie that never was. Many fans were elated to discover that Lisa Rinna was axed from a Christmas special due to advertisers' unhappiness with her Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star. Unfortunately for her critics, the TV film never even existed. Lisa's social media behavior allegedly triggered the firing from this mythical project, and her arch enemy, Garcelle Bouvier, apparently swooped in to replace her. Two different sources, however, just told Radar that the rumors are false. There is no truth to this. And one source laughed, nothing is in the work. A separate source insider stated, this is 100% false, and they hinted that fans were attempting to stir up drama. A source also claimed Lisa hadn't unfollowed her castmates before the reunion. Numerous viewers celebrated from her firing non-existing project and called Lisa to be booted from RHOBH as well. Others argued that she makes good TV and her social media antics garners press for the show. So why do fans hate Lisa? But then it goes on to talk about why people hate Lisa. So here's my thing. And this is just an update because I already did a video on this, and you can check that video out. I mean, it's good for her. Like, nobody wants to lose a job. But if it is true that someone made this up, it's crazy. It is crazy how people can get so wrapped into a TV show that is technically supposed to be showcasing people's real life, but make up a story to paint somebody in a negative light. Like, that's a lot to deal with. The fact that people were like, yeah, like, she lost her job. And even I was like, that kind of sucks, but I'd be here for it just to see like what kind of drama it would kick up. is crazy, but it's also crazy that somebody would make something up like that. Like, if that is in fact true, that this was made up. And I kind of believe that it was made up because we haven't seen Lisa Rinna do any shows as of late as it pertains to acting. It kind of made sense for Kyle to do the show because Kyle just got started back acting with the Halloween movies and stuff. So I would think she would be in something like that. But for Lisa, I'm just kind of like, I don't see it. I don't see it. But give me y'all's thoughts. I mean, if you think this is fake, or do you think it's true that she got booted? But I could believe that it was never in existence. I just think it's crazy that somebody would make this up. It had the people going. So let's move on to Garcelle versus Nicki Minaj. So Nicki Minaj went off last night throwing shots at everybody. I think she either got on Station Head or on her radio show, Queen Radio, and it was like called hashtag Nicki's Tea Party, and she went off on Garcelle. And I'm gonna play the audio, and then I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts. So let's get into that.
Bitch, if you... Because they wanted ratings, and the next thing that happened to them, they were canceled. And now this lady is on one of the Real Housewives talking about, leave my son alone. Don't leave comments under my son's page. Bitch, if you can't feel this, stay in the motherfucking heat. Get the fuck out the kitchen, bitch. Do you care about my motherfucking son, bitch? Did you care about my motherfucking son, hoe? I see why that white man left you, bitch. Disgusting. But I always tell you guys.
So here's my take on it. My thing is, I used to love me some Nicki Minaj. Like, growing up, was I a barb? No, but I loved her down. And there's still songs to this day that I will listen to, that I have on my Apple Music, that I vibe to, because I still remember the days. Like, when the song comes on, I can remember where I was at that time and who I was hanging out with, and it's a happy memory. And I also think she's immensely talented, even though people don't like her and they try to act like she's not. But she is. Even bad attitude all aside, she is very talented. My thing is, I didn't have an issue with her throwing shots at the other rap girls, because, especially when it comes to her versus Megan, because her and Megan have been throwing shots at each other since 2021. So I don't care. But with this whole Garcelle situation, she looks stupid to me. And she, like, these antics are the reason why most of the rap girls, if not all of them, are either muted or blocked when it comes to like what I have on like my social media, because I want to be able to support these women and enjoy their music without cringing in my spirit and making myself uncomfortable. Because why come at Garcelle? Why come at Garcelle, and only Garcelle, it seems, because of the interview they did on The Real with your husband's alleged victim? Now, let's call a spade a spade. You knowingly married a registered offender. Like, you did. You knew what it was before you got with him. So have you not heeded your own words where you're saying, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen? Can you not stand the heat? And this is why you're so angry. And is it time for you to get out the kitchen because nobody told you to marry him or have a baby with him? As well as to just brush off the unwarranted racist attacks against Garcelle's son doesn't make sense to me, when 9 times out of 10, those things might happen to your son because of who his mom and dad are. Like, I remember watching Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta, and R. Kelly's kids were on there, and I don't know which kid it was, but one of his kids were talking about how they always are getting attacked on social media because of who their father is. They could just be like, oh, the sky is beautiful, and somebody will just cut them deep just because they hate the kid's father and hate what he has done. And these kids have not done anything of that sort comparable to their father, but it's because who their father is. So it's like, your son is probably going to have to deal with that. So don't get on the internet crying about it, because people are probably going to then in turn reflect to you and be like, well, can you not stand the heat? Are you going to get out the kitchen? Because nothing Garcelle has done has warranted that stuff to happen to her kid. So that didn't make sense to me. And then to be like, that's why that white man left you. Ma'am, weren't you just on the neighborhood talking about how you were going to give that one TikTok creator the Dick Sucker Award or the Cocksucker Award on Queen Radio because this said woman was upset that this white boy went on 50 dates across America, throughout the whole United States, and only dated white women. And you were like how much of a joke this woman was as a black queen to be worried about what this white man was doing. But then for you to then return that as a dig to somebody who was cheated on and be like, that's why he left her when she subsequently left him. It doesn't make sense. And this is why this is why I block and mute these women, so I can enjoy the music, because that didn't make sense. As well as now her fandom, her stands are going up for Diana, Lisa Rinna, and them because Nicki doesn't like Garcelle. That makes no sense to me. And I know not all barbs are unhinged and crazy, because with any fandom or standom, you have the crazies. And that goes for Beyonce's people, Rihanna's, Cardi's, Megan's, the Korean K-pop kids. They be going off. They go off. So I'm not just blaming them, but it's just like we get the unhinged ones. And it's RHOBH is already going down the hill of toxicity, but I guess now we just gonna run into it, because this is a mess. This is a mess. And I hope Garcelle doesn't respond if she's smart, because if she does, it's going to be even more drama. And at this point, we don't need it. We don't need it. Let's just drift off into the sunset quietly. But yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic and drop down in the comments below.